So when people tell me they're interested in a neighborhood that is walkable, one of the areas that I talk about is Rolfe Square. You know, even if you just have a place where you can get out and go to a coffee shop, walk to a supermarket, walk to a couple restaurants, that usually checks the boxes for most people. It's a great way that you can actually get out and know people too that are in your neighborhood. So this is a very vibrant little nook of this neighborhood. Now let's talk about the real estate prices. Now in Cranston, there are only 52 single-family homes that are available as of today, June 1st, that in the whole town of Cranston. So when we talk about low inventory in Rhode Island, that's what we're talking about. That's really not very many houses. The prices range from the lowest being $300 all the way up to $1.4 million. Now the higher end communities are going to be the neighborhoods in Dean Estates, also any of the waterfront community properties in Patuxent Village or in the Edgewood neighborhood of Cranston. Here in Rolfe Square, primarily the prices are going to range from really the upper 300s up until about that 550 mark. So kind of you need to be in that middle range of, I would say, 400 at the low end up to 500 to really be able to find a house. The home style in this neighborhood tends to range from colonial homes to bungalows, a few Cape Cod style homes. There are some condos in this neighborhood, but not very many, and there are a few multifamily properties. The multifamilies tend to be just two families, but primarily it's a neighborhood with single family homes. This is a beautiful mural that was commissioned by the Cranston Arts Commission in 2019. Amy Bartlett Wright is the artist. She's an educator at RISD. She actually took inspiration from the city of Cranston's seal, which actually includes several crane symbols. So make sure when you come to Rolfe Square that you check out this beautiful mural. You know, in Providence, we've got so many murals, so it's great to see other cities in Rhode Island that are also taking on this and creating interesting murals to highlight some of our beautiful buildings. So don't miss this one, Cranes Taking Flight. It's one of my favorite spots to check out in Rolfe Square. All right, so we're at the top of Rolfe Square. We're right on the corner of Pontiac, Rolfe, and Park Ave. Next to us is the Park Theater. We're right across the street is the City Hall of Cranston. Now, the mural that we talked about is across the street. So again, make sure you check out Cranes in Flight. One of the things I love about Rolfe Square is that it really is sort of this international food scene. Now, you don't think of Cranston, Rhode Island as being this very cosmopolitan place, especially here in Rolfe Square, but I've got to tell you, there really are a ton of places to go if you want to enjoy international food. You've got Greek food, you've got a halal market, you've got Thai, you've got Chinese food, you've got an Italian restaurant. There's just actually a lot to do right in this tiny little nook of a neighborhood. So come on and let's check it out. Let me show you more. So this is Bettola's, which is an Italian restaurant. They feature pizza that's really great and sandwiches. They've got a full bar with great cocktails. I really love their Parmesan wings. They're really decadent and really delicious. I am not so crazy about the music that they play inside. However, this is one of the great bars that are in this neighborhood. I'm just a little bit picky. This is Cafe Ave, another great little coffee shop. They're open in the mornings from 7 until about 3. Great coffees, good little pastries, nice place to hang out in the morning with your neighbors or with friends that you meet, or a nice place to get out of your house if you want to do some work. So this is Artists Exchange, which is a nonprofit organization. They've got tons of classes here for kids and adults alike. So check it out. Here's a little bit more info. So Artists Exchange is a nonprofit organization, and they've got a ton of workshops and all sorts of classes here that they offer. They also have a bunch of events that they sponsor, and it's also an area where they have parties. You can rent the space to be able to check it out. So I love a neighborhood that has its very own hardware store. So instead of going to the big box places, all you have to do is stop at Durfee's Hardware. This place has been here for a really long time, since the early 1920s. Back when they built this store, this wasn't even a paved road, and this was considered the country to get away from Providence, the big city. So it's really great to be able to come and check it out. They're thriving as a store, and just, everything that you could possibly need for your home is right here, including beautiful plants. When I lived on the west end of Providence, one of my favorite things was there was a little market that had just the basics, like milk and cheese and bread and cereal, because I love to be able to send my 12-year-old son out or my daughter out to go pick up those things. So that's another thing that this little neighborhood has. You've got a tiny little food store, but if you want a full grocery store, at the end of the block is a Dave's supermarket. So really, you've got the best of both worlds in this little neighborhood if you live off these side streets. All right, so this place might not look very impressive from the outside, and maybe you even find it a little bit intimidating, but I'm telling you, you've got to go inside and check out the European food market. Come on, let's go in. So when I talk about there's something for everybody, this is the European market. They have incredible prosciutto and salamis. This is a fabulous place to come if you want to put a basket together for somebody. They've got so many unique things in this store. And also they're actually really kind in here, so they'll help you out, give you a little taste test now and then. If you're looking for a really cool place to find some unique things for your charcuterie board, this is the spot for it. I'm also a huge fan of pierogies. This is a great spot to be able to come for fabulous, all types of pierogies. God, what a great thing to have in your neighborhood. So another great spot is the Mesa Cafe, which really has a very good brunch. So that's what I recommend if you're looking for a brunch spot here in Rolfe Square. This is the place to go, but they also do have a fabulous lunch. So this is Alanis, which is a Mediterranean place. They've got great falafel, grape leaves, sandwiches, wraps, all sorts of things. But actually what I love about this place is the architecture. So it really highlights that this neighborhood was built primarily in the 50s and 60s and early 70s. That was when it was really thriving. But there's a lot that's happening now. As you can see, it's very busy. So it's great to see a place that's still thriving and making these little downtown spots once more vibrant like they used to be. All right, so we've shown you Rolfe Square. Now let's actually jump in the car and let's go take a spin around some of the neighborhoods and talk about the home styles and the prices and get a little bit more information about the Auburn neighborhood and the areas that surround Rolfe Square. Come on, let's go. All right, so we are gonna take a right on Clarence Street, kind of right after Durfee's Hardware, and go check out some of the neighborhoods down here and show you what they look like. So these are the classic styles. You've got bungalows and gambrels. You've got a bunch of little cape houses. The houses are a little close together in this neighborhood. Some of the yards are a decent size, but they're pretty small. This area in Cranston is really pretty densely populated. So again, that's why you've got smaller lots, smaller homes. Most of these are gonna be 2 to 3 bedrooms, maybe 1.5 bathrooms with the occasional house that is a little bit bigger. Now, if you're looking for this neighborhood, you can look for Blackamoor Pond. All right, so this is not a pond that you're gonna spend any time on, ever. But I tell you about it just so that you can actually have something that you can understand geographically when you look at a map what you're looking for. So again, here are some of those cute little bungalows. Sold that blue one. So if you want to move to this neighborhood, you want an area that is walkable. We've talked about that a lot. You're in the price range of really $400 to $550. You want 3 bedrooms, 1.5 bathrooms. You love home styles that have a little bit of that New England charm to them, hardwood floors, some cute historic details, molding. You don't necessarily need a house that is fully fixed up or has a giant kitchen or open concept living. That's not what you're looking for. You prioritize being able to have a location that you can get out and check things out and walk around, really over just about anything else in this neighborhood. All right, so that concludes our tour of Rolfe Square and the neighborhoods that are in this area. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did enjoy it, be sure to like and subscribe to my channel. If you are thinking about relocating to Rhode Island, I'm your local expert, Jess Powers. Make sure you reach out. I'm always here to help, and I'll see you on our next video tour.